nowadays, there's ATS, or application tracking software, screening most resumes. Definitely at every big company and the vast majority of mid-sized, and even increasingly, we're finding ATS software being used at small companies as well. So just a few quick tips. One, try to avoid multiple columns. That'll sometimes throw the application tracking software off. Avoid lots of graphics. You don't need a headshot on a resume anymore, but also the more fancy with graphics your resume is, the more likely it'll cause the information on it to be read poorly by an application tracking software. And that's usually the first hurdle you have to get past before your resume is being read by a hiring manager. So you want to show that you stand apart by the content of your resume, not just by the stylistic details. Now, if you want to have a little bit of style on it, especially if you're in a creative industry, then that makes sense. Some industries, that might make more sense than others. But other than maybe just a couple of lines or boxes, or maybe a blue font for your name or something, keep the real flamboyant resume flair options to a minimum if you can, and using too many pictures and columns can actually hurt your chances with the ATS software. So it's very helpful to make sure you have certain keywords in a resume. And studies do show that having keywords helps your resume get past ATS software, and you'll have a higher chance of getting a call back for an interview. So what do I mean by keywords? I mean terms that are either industry jargon that the job specifically will call for, or things the job description is looking for. So what you should do is take the job description, if there's a specific job you're applying to, and read through it and highlight any word that looks like it's real specific of something they want. Do they want to see that you have good time management or teamwork skills or certain software proficiency? If you're developing resumes or your resume bank for a certain industry and you don't have a specific job yet, then what you can do is go find job postings, job descriptions for the kinds of jobs you're going to be applying for later. Copy and paste all of that content from, say, 10 or 20 different job postings into a single document, and then run it through one of these free online word cloud generators. And you'll start to see which words stand out as being used more commonly in these job postings. Those are big clues that those might be keywords you want to place somewhere in your resume. So where do the keywords go? You don't just put them in a section called keywords. You have to fit them in strategic locations. Often that might be somewhere in your objective statement, or it could be in a work experience bullet point of something you've done. So you don't just say you have that skill. It's often better to show it with the work experience bullet points. It's one thing to say that you have Java skills, or you could say designed company website using Java. And that would make a much more clear representation that it is something you have.